But we're going to start with the breaking news this hour. A man brandishing a knife has been shot dead at a police station in Paris. French media reporting that the incident took place at the police offices in the 18th arrondissement. We're just going to home in on where that is because it's in the northern edge of the city. There we are. That's an exact location. Reports coming in say as many as 3 shots were fired. The man was killed. The incident taking place a matter of minutes after President Hollande had been giving a speech to security forces in another part of Paris to mark the first anniversary of the Islamist militant attacks on, you'll remember, the Charlie Hebdo satirical magazine in the French capital. There were 3 days of killings at the time. Let's speak to our correspondent Hugh Schofield. He joins us now from Paris. As a few more details, Hugh, seem to be coming in as to just what happened and just what this chap was up to.
Well, the latest I've seen is that yes, it was a false gilet, a suicide belt that he was wearing, and that's what the police are saying now, that this initial report that he was carrying something or wearing something which had wires sticking out of it and therefore led to a possibility that he was a suicide bomber. That's been confirmed to the extent that he was wearing something, but now the police are saying that it was a fake. It was it was not real. Which, of course, in a sense, changes the attack. It wasn't as dangerous as it might have been, but on the other hand, of course, in a way, it doesn't change the nature of the attack. The fact is that the man was brandishing a knife and was shouting, it seems, Allahu Akbar, God is great, as he entered this police station in the Goutte d'Or neighborhood, immigration-rich neighborhood in northern Paris, and was shot dead almost straight away by the police officers at the entrance to the police station. I suppose what it shows is that we're probably not in the realm of an organized attack, much more likely in something small scale organized by a man and maybe a smaller group, certainly a far cry from the big attacks in November. And the fact that it happened when it happened, I think obviously is significant. I mean, it was almost a year to the minute after the Charlie Hebdo attacks, and I think it's inevitable to conclude that there is a relation and that the man wanted to mark that anniversary with an attack in his own way.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, if you walk into a police station brandishing a knife alone, I mean, that is enough, isn't it, Hugh? That's asking for trouble. I was just reflecting on the fact that, I mean, I was watching a documentary last night about these 3 dreadful days a year ago, and that sense of anxiety, once again, must be prevalent across Paris.
Well, I think what's interesting to me is that, for ordinary people, it's quite easy to slip back into ordinary life, and you very quickly do not forget, but put in the back of your mind that there is this threat because, of course, the likelihood of you as an individual being hit is very, very small. I think police officers never lose that, though. I mean, police officers are being told constantly that this is real. It's not going away, it's staying, the threat. And they are under standing orders as well to react in the way that they did, because they're told constantly that it could happen. And of course, they are far more exposed than we are. They are symbols of the French state. They have been attacked unsuccessfully, but on numerous occasions, or at least several occasions in the last year, as representatives of the state. So police officers, are permanently face to face with this reality and are thinking about it and are being reminded of it. So the way they reacted was absolutely normal. They've been commended straight away by the Ministry of the Interior for doing exactly the right thing. A man appears at a police station with a knife shouting Allahu Akbar, he will be shot, and if not killed, then put out of action straight away. There is no surprise about that at all. And the man who carried out the attack knew that perfectly well as well. So yes, it is a sign of the new situation in which we all live. And though it is a far cry from the November attacks, it is, on the face of it, another facet, another aspect of the jihadist menace, which now hangs over our societies.
And I guess it reinforces briefly, Hugh, once again, President Hollande saying we still need better anti-terrorist cooperation around Europe.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely his message from today. We saw him, he gave a speech today as part of the commemorations for the anniversary, and that was, very much part of his message. I mean, I don't think he's criticising far from it, the French reaction to all of this. I mean, I think the official word will be constantly one of high praise for the work that is done. But I mean, there is a recognition here in the government that more should be done to coordinate on the European level. There's absolutely no question about that. And, you know, sotto voce, the criticism of Belgium for what happened in November is, you know, has not gone away. But also the government is here looking at introducing permanent measures to replace the state of emergency, which will expire in February, and the President alluded to that as well. They've got a bill which will be going through Parliament pretty soon now, which will put on the statute book and make permanent some of the tougher security measures which are automatically part of the state of emergency. They don't want the state of emergency to last too long. That's not certainly for a left-wing government, that's not a very good signal, but they do want to show to the public that they're not just going back to normal when the emergency ends, as it will do in February.
Hugh, thanks very much indeed. Just as Hugh was talking to us there, another line from AFP has come in, just saying that according to the police, the man had a knife. Yes, we knew that, but he also had a pouch around his torso with a wire hanging from it, but the apparatus contained no explosives. Just a bit more detail there.